Okay. Hey now, and welcome to our first, give it up, MVP Zoom. Hey. So I just want to say one little thing before we get started because this is about you guys. It's certainly not about me. But the reason I'm running behind is I went and got my nails done, right? And I don't know how the lady that was in there, I'd never seen her before. And I don't remember even talking about weight loss. I had to be on a Zoom with Mandy about conference and stuff like that. But anyway, when she finished doing my nails, she said, tell me about your diet prescription. And I was like, a diet prescription? Anyway, fast forward. Anyway, short story. I said, I can send you some information. Are you on Facebook? My phone was pulled up. My nails were wet. And so she took my phone and put her name in my phone and sent me a message so that I can send her some information. What about that? Crazy. So I'm just saying, you don't even know people are listening and they're listening. So anyway, without further ado, we are going to, we have a couple of little housekeeping issues. Lisa, what was it? I forgot. Guys, there's going to be times at the end of the week where people are going to have the same amount of points or the same amount of whatever. So it's up to you to start pulling ahead, and we'll definitely let you know who's pulling ahead and to dig in deep and do all those things. But with something else.
I got it. So, okay, everybody. First off, hi. For those of you that saw me put marshmallows in my sink, let's not tell anybody. This is for our Zoom. So really quick, I wanted to just let you guys know, as you probably saw in the thread today, leave it to me to mess up the first week of the MVP Zoom, okay? And I'm real. And like we said, what we love about this business, what we love about each other and this team is that I'm not going to give you any crap for the mistake that I made. I messed up. So that being said, I wanted to congratulate Anita Frey, who tied for our first place spot. Okay. Moving forward, we are going to have a tiebreaker if that were to happen again. But I just wanted to let you guys know that, the Philly side had 2 MVPs. So what we're going to do, okay, this week it was sort of easy, if you're not an idiot like I was, to mess up the math, because if you look at your pod points, it was the first week of the month. So it was easy for us to look at pod points and then reorder points and subtract. But now, as the month goes on, that's going to get added in with the additional points. So we're on an honor system. We are on an honor system. So basically what that means for you all is that we need you guys to keep track of your new enroller points from your customers and also new social marketer points, because our MVPs are going to continue to be chosen by, who has the most points, who has a lot of activity, who has a positive attitude, who is sticking with it, who is really killing it and crushing it. But we need you all to, depending on which side you're on, if you're on Memphis or if you're on Philly, next Saturday and throughout the week, it would be appreciated if you guys would private message, not in the whole thread. Do not post your points in the thread, but you're going to want to send them like midweek. And then on Saturday, your new points to Dina if you're in Memphis group and to me if you're in the Philly group. That's the only way we can do it. There really truly is no report that we can do that's going to tell us who had the most points that week. I'm going to tell you right now, Dina and I are not going to track you guys down for your points. If you don't send them to us, we don't know what your points are. So we're not going to count you in that week. And I know you don't want that. So it's going to be really important that, and we'll remind you guys in the thread, we'll say, I would like to have the points really, I think Thursday. So that way we can list all the people that are getting close to being in the running. And then again on Saturday, so we can decide who our next week's MVPs are. So that was really going to be kind of like our housekeeping. That was the only thing that I really wanted to share. But it's really important that you all keep really solid track of your new pod points and your new enrollment points about new social marketers. And before I pass it back to Dina, I had a thought today, and this has been on my mind, and I want to just share it all with you before we move on. When we get off the Zoom, I think it would be really beneficial for all of us to make a post about the business, because I think it's pretty. Did you just sneeze or?
I did. I forgot I wasn't muted.
Okay. I didn't know if you sneezed or barfed or what you did. I love you guys. Okay. So really important. Want to make a post about how much you guys are loving this business and how you're able to, in your own words, how you're able to, pay for some part-time activities for your kids, or you're working to build a full-time income, whatever it is. When we get off this Zoom tonight, everybody, let's make a business post. We have seen so many naked bodies on Facebook, before and after pictures, and lots of product talk. But guys, I know many of you want to take this to the top, and by taking it to the top, we need more people building pods. So let's all commit that when we get off of here, we just say how great of a team that we're part of, how excited we are, and we are really excited to share information about our business with anybody that might be interested in learning more. Okay? That's it. Dina P., back to you, sister.
Okay. All right. So we're going to kick this thing off now. And I'm going to bring to you, our first speaker is going to be from the Memphis Mafia. And Lisa, if you want to go ahead and start unmuting yourself. Her name is Lisa Wilds, and she's going to share with you her story. And guys, I don't know if you saw, but I posted in the thread that she got another M3 bundle with trim today. So she's knocking on 2,000 pod points, and we're on that January the 8th. So I can't wait for you to hear what she has to tell us. I can tell you that I'm super, super proud of this lady, and I can't wait to hear from her. So from Pennsylvania, I'd like to welcome Miss Lisa Wiles, our MVP winner of the first week for Memphis Mafia. Lisa, take it away.
Hello, how is everybody? Can you hear me?
It's real low. We can barely hear you.
Oh, wait. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Well, hello, my fellow TCBers. I'm excited. Obviously, this is just amazing, but I am also super nervous, so bear with me. I've never done anything like this before, so this is all new. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself first. So my name is Lisa Wilds. Thank you to Dina and Lisa for running this TCB 90-day run, because this is great. Thank you so much. And I'm honored to be picked as the MVP amongst all these amazing elite women. So that's, wow, thank you. So a little bit about myself. I'm a mom of 3 children. I have a 19-year-old daughter at the University of Pittsburgh. I have a 16-year-old daughter who's a junior in high school. And I have a 7-year-old who's in 1st grade. Yes, I am crazy and very busy. So my life is kind of literally all over the place. I'm married to an amazing man named Chris. We will be married 10 years in July. And I work. I am a physical therapy assistant. I work at least 2 days a week, Mondays and Wednesdays, for 10-hour days. And then I've been working for Penn Medicine for over 10 years. So I work with PRN for them. So I can kind of fill my schedule as I want, and then as they need, and they always seem to need. So I booked myself back in October, November. So I'm working full time currently. I've been doing that December, January, and February, up until the beginning of March. So yay. And that also requires means I work weekends too. So I'm filling this, what I'm doing now, I'm doing in nooks and crannies. I really am. I don't have a dedicated time. I just can't right now. So that's kind of how I'm doing some of that. Like Dina said, I'm from Pennsylvania, but I am on this Memphis Mafia team, which is pretty crazy. I live about an hour and 15 minutes outside of Philadelphia in a really small town. We don't have a traffic light. So, and now I understand, in getting to know some of the Philly mob, people around me, my brother-in-law actually pointed out to me that he went to high school with Tracy Minetti, And so we have connected, and that's really exciting. And my aunt, who happens to be a customer of Renee Garfacolo, and I apologize for brutalizing that name, and she's been with Mudir for a little while through her. So it's really a small world, and I'm kind of excited to see where it leads. Let's see, I do have notes because I'm super nervous. This is the power of Facebook. How did I end up on this Memphis team in Tennessee? Okay, so Bentley Good is the person who sponsored me, or is my social marketer. And we connected on Facebook. Neither one of us can remember how. When I first we became friends, she was posting about a different company and their products, and she seemed really nice. I never asked her any questions. I wasn't interested at all whatsoever in those products. But then I think in January of last year, her post changed and she started talking about this different company and about this weight loss program. Well, I'm probably talking really fast. I'm sorry. I turned 48 in February, and my 30th high school reunion was going to be was in November. And I couldn't blame my soon to be at that time 7-year-old son anymore for the weight I had gained. Yeah, he's getting a little old. So I started watching her posts, kind of stalking her, as it were, and then asking questions, getting more information. I did not start this until June. So 4 months. I told you I was nervous. 4 months of watching what she was doing, watching her posts. People are watching, it's true. I joined at the end of June. I got my products July 5th. And that's when I started. I noticed a difference in 2 weeks in how I felt. I described to people that I felt like sludge. I just felt bleh. And sludge is the best way I describe it. So I wanted that to be gone. And I noticed in 2 weeks, literally, that was gone. And that to me was gold. So let's see. Oh, yeah. So I started July 5th. Sorry, I have to change my note pages. So I was excited. I actually went to the beach for 2 weeks at the end of July into August. So I was on vacation for 2 weeks and trying to do this new program. And it fit in perfectly. And I still lost weight while I was beaching it in Avalon, New Jersey. So I started telling my friends and family. Just a couple of my friends joined then in August and became customers. My mother-in-law, who's spectacular, became a customer as well. So my first official post for Mudir wasn't until September 22nd. And all of my post it wasn't a picture, it wasn't measurements, it wasn't anything. It just said, I found a great program. I've lost 10 pounds and feel amazing. I'm going to look great at my reunion in 2 months. Well, I was overwhelmed by the amount of response I received from that alone. I was really just like, wow, blown away, because I just didn't realize at that time how many people were looking for something. So I started posting in October. In September, I became bronze, which was exciting because then I didn't know you got money. So I was excited to get a little money to spend. I was like, wow, this is cool. So then in October, I posted a little more and made it a little more intentional, and I became silver, and I was like, wow, this is easy. Then in November, it was a little bit different because I was starting to do it more consistently, but it wasn't as easy in November. I got a little frustrated. I did make silver, but it was, by the skin of my teeth and really working it. And I was like, oh, that's kind of stinky. So I got a little frustrated, but I stuck with it. And Bentley, and then that's when I started to meet Dina kind of, through posts and things, just giving me a little support and a little, come on, do this, girl. Silver, that's great, go. So in December, it became purposeful and intentional what I was doing. And I got gold. And that I earned. But I have to tell you, that was good. And I copy and paste a lot. sometimes I tweak little posts here and there. I don't often have time to create my own thing, but why why redo what's already made and done well? So I'm not out to fix what's not broken. So I do share, or I don't share, I make it my own. But I do that. So how did I build this up? I feel like my starting this when I did, and things that happened in my life, made it the perfect storm for me. But here's the thing, everybody can have the perfect storm. You just have to start, and your perfect storm will happen when it's supposed to. And mine just happened to be now. I mean, the timing of the new year with this program, I mean, and this sale is incredible. I mean, wow, that was lucky. But the other thing that I do, and it's intentional, it's also because of the time that I have to fill in with the nooks and crannies. I only post one post a day about Modier, being a weight loss picture and a comment. And I sometimes, once every other day, maybe even sometimes once a week, just post one thing about an item like aloe vera and information, or BioCell and information, or but before or after, or sometimes both, I always post something personal. I always post, because that's what I used to use. That's what I use Facebook for. I post a picture of my kids. I post something that we're doing, someplace that we are, something cute, and that brings the traffic, and people are watching, because I right now have this, as of January 1st, 5 new customers, five new customers, and I have a total of I have 5 new customers and 7 altogether M3 bundles specials that were ordered through this little program, but 5 for this new year. 2 of those people, I had no idea they were watching. They never liked anything. They never made a comment. They never reached out to me. So when they did, I was like, oh, and then they bought it. That was a surprise. So people are watching. It is true. And then the other little tidbit of advice I have, and I'm really good at this because I do it in every aspect. Fortune is in the follow-up. Saying thank you, being grateful. It is huge. I don't let any comment slide by. I always comment. Now, sometimes I'm too busy and I'll just click like, but I always remember, or I write it down to go back and make an effort to say something to them. Hey, glad you like that. Oh, isn't that great? Or something. Because if people will like that. They want to feel that you're paying attention to them too. And in saying that, you have to be sincere. And I think because I'm in healthcare and my being is just to help people, that part is kind of, I don't want to say easy for me, but it's just what I do. It's second nature. It's just I don't know how I do it. So definitely be straightforward, post sincerely. Don't give up. Don't give up. Because if I had done this run back in June or July, I'd have been like, oh, nobody's listening. No, don't, because they are. And you'll be surprised, even if what you do now in January, you'll get response in March and April. It's pretty awesome. Okay, that's all I got.
Oh, Lisa, I'm so proud of you. I know that you were nervous, but you really are a natural, and I am just so stinking proud of you. And do you guys that
Thank
when
you.
we're talking about you guys going MVP, that nothing was better than someone like Lisa, who has just come out of the gates and we have just I mean, she just came from out of nowhere, and exactly what this run is going to produce. And so a superstar was born the first week of this run. And do you guys get that? So you are a superstar too. And you're going to have, we can't wait to hear from you. Lisa, thank you so much. And congratulations.
Thank you.
I wouldn't doubt you go platinum or P1 this month. So keep up the good work. Super, super proud of you.
Thank you.
And now,
Thank you.
Lisa, being fairly new and just really getting her feet wet and just doing amazing, she had the opportunity to bring on someone else to highlight or to help her through this and to share with her. And she chose Denise McElhaney. Denise, are you there? Denise helped her with the realtor basket and what she's doing with that. So Denise is going to share with you the information she shared with Lisa. And so Denise, take it away.
Hey everybody. Y'all almost got a treat and saw me with foil in my hair. I had to rearrange some schedules so you wouldn't be watching me blow dry my hair, wash my hair, and get my hair colored. But I rearranged so I could get some nooks and crannies in. I had posted about, because I've only got my first realtor basket, so I was really excited. And I have notes because everyone knows I talk a lot. So I'm just going to kind of go down my notes if y'all don't mind. And I'm nervous too. But when you are meeting realtors that you know, or you're calling realtors you know, or maybe you're just passing out your cards to realtors that you're introducing yourself, you want to open the door for that opportunity. And what I'm learning from the growth, my phone's not acting right, I'm sorry. What I'm learning from GoPro, because I listen to it almost every single day, if I would you, and that concept is working for me in a lot of different areas. So this is kind of what I used on my realtor and it worked. If I were to show you a way to give a unique upscale gift baskets without lifting a finger, would you be open to scheduling a meeting with me? Well, he said yes, and I said great. So I have Monday at 6 and Wednesday at 11 open, which is better for you. Right there, you've given him something from you. You're asking something from him or her, sorry. And you're not saying, hey, when's available? You know, when do you have time? You're actually giving them times, and they're going to make a better commitment that way. It's slow and go for me. I hit platinum last month, and I really have no clue. It just came out of the air. But it's slowing and going, and it's these CDs and DVDs that I'm watching that are helping. And I like the fact that they give us the opportunity to introduce, to connect, and to confirm appointments. And so we want to secure it, because you never want to leave an appointment before scheduling the next appointment. Then, okay, now we're interested in a party. So now you have an interested party. I'm sorry. You're going to walk through the presentation with them. I took several notes from lots of people, hang on, and designed this. I think I've posted it several times. If you need it, please message me. I can send it to you again. I know there's a lot of scrolls, so things can be lost. It's very simple. It's 3 pages. It explains everything. In the little baskets, I'll go through these little cards in just a second. But you're going to walk through the presentation with them. And you're always going to make sure you're going to mention that their today clients will be paying for their future clients' baskets with their Live Clean credits. You're going to set the realtor up as a customer and follow up in about a week and a half to 2 weeks, because you don't want them to get away. You remember that their time is just as important as our time, and their time is limited. So don't let them slip away, because they will forget if we don't stay in touch. And it's like, hey, Jeff, that's my realtor. I'm checking in with you to see when we need to get some of the products on order for you. And would Saturday be a good time so I can call and go over your initial order, or is Sunday morning at 2 in the afternoon better? So there again, you're asking something, but you're getting the commitment and the scheduling back from them. And then you get the order, you place everything. You have the product shipped to you, because you are the one that's freeing up their time. You are giving them the value in that. They will order the products through you. They ship them to you, or I order the products. Actually, I go into the account, order their products, have them shipped straight to me. I have a plethora of baskets. Hobby Lobby was having an amazing sale, so I went on and bought several, because I'm hopeful that way. He's got one, so I'm sure he's going to have more. Then you get all that stuff, you get all that situated, you get the order, you get the product in. You're going to, this is what I did. I went to Hobby Lobby. Can y'all see these? See, I kind of just bought a little bit of collection of different styles and different kinds. And then you can go to Dollar Tree and get the filling and, you know, the basket that you can put on and blow dry it and seal it and all that stuff. Also, a nice little touch. I did a welcome home I know it's backwards, but a welcome home little postcard. You can buy these at Office Depot. Real simple. I did my own little business cards. Get those also at Office Depot. And I put thank you and then the realtor's name. Now on the back is the little jewel right here. You want to make sure it's in every basket. And this is, you can make it your own words. I can share with whatever. If anybody wants to private message me, I'll be glad to share. And it just says share the love. To place your order, please go to Modera.com. And I use the realtor's code to receive your $10 discount. For more information, please call Denise McElhaney. She'll be glad to help you, and my cell phone number is on there. Okay, I'm putting that in every basket. I'm trying to think of a little welcome home thing like that so that they'll have a little note, and I'll get all that, and I'll share that later too. It's really that simple. Jeff picked up his basket the other night. He was extremely thrilled with it. He thought it looked professional. He thought it looked great. I'm really stoked. It's there again. You've got to find. He just goes, well, let's see if he likes it now. The customer likes it, and I said, great. He walked out of my house a week ago tomorrow night, so I'm not going to follow up with him. I'm not giving him because I'm not sure when he was going to deliver it, so I'm going to give him about 2 weeks to get it delivered, and then I'll follow up with him. Then I'll stay in touch with him at least twice a month to see what else I can help him with. Okay. The fortune's in the follow-up, as Lisa said. That's true. The fortune is in the follow-up. Every CD that I listen to, every entrepreneur that is, our mentors, that's exactly what they tell us every single day. The fortune is in the follow-up. So we always want to continue to follow up. The goal here, using realtors, is to get one realtor in a brokerage office happy. You get one realtor happy and excited about freeing up their time and doing something really different and unique. You strive to get the meeting in front, because they have weekly sales meeting. You want to be in front of that office, in front of all of those realtors. You want to be prepared. You want to have samples. You want to have pictures. You want to have a basket. You want to have little goodie bags, because people don't want to share something they don't know anything about and they haven't tried for themselves. So it's real important that we make sure we share the love 150%. And as Lisa and everyone else will tell you, I hear crickets. Actually, I don't think I hear crickets on most of my posts, but out of the blue, I'll get private messages. Hey, can you tell me about the weight loss? Hey, my cousin who owns a brokerage, who blew me off when I brought it up, he called me right before Christmas. He goes, hey, cuz, I really want to talk to you because I think you got something going. Can we meet after the first of the year? I have a scheduled meeting with him next Monday. So, and he's got 22 realtors in his office. And I already have one of the realtors, because she's my second cousin, interested and excited. So there's my end there. I love this idea. I think it's a great idea. I didn't think of it. I just kind of designed some stuff and put it on the back burner, and then thought, I'm going to go. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to run with it. And that's kind of my little niche right now. It just seems to be working for me. But that's all I have to say. I only had 8 minutes. I hope I used all my 8.
Denise, oh my gosh, that was amazing, amazing. I love that. And so, guys, I'm just going to add 2 little nuggets to that. I was a realtor for 16 years. I don't know if you all know that. Found a lot of success in that industry. So if this is an idea that you want to work with, let me just give you a little bit of advice. Don't start emailing agents and doing all these things, because as an agent, we got a gazillion of those. If you want to stand out, you got to go, and your goal is to get into that meeting like Denise said. If you can get into that meeting and show them the product, that you have their attention. And here's why it works, guys, is because as a realtor, we always give our new homeowners a closing gift. If you can take that duty off of a realtor and build that relationship, and they know it's going to be phenomenal, it's going to be a fantastic gift, and they can depend on you, you have just locked yourself into a lot of business. So does that make sense? So don't start spamming a bunch of realtors, because you're just wasting your time. You need to build one relationship, get in that door, get to that weekly sales meeting with a promo of your basket, and build on one relationship and do them one at a time, and you could have a lot of business that way. Thank you, Denise. And a matter of fact, I have to give a shout out to Paige Bingham. She's the one that started running with this. But when Lisa chose, Denise is the one who shared it, and she said, Denise shared with me and was so helpful to me. So that is why she was, Denise was her guest speaker. So now I'm going to turn it back over to Lisa Corcoran, who I'm super proud. Y'all, let's give them a round of applause. They did amazing. So I'm going to turn it over to Lisa so that now we can take the second half of our MVPs.
Thank you, Dina. You guys, both of you ladies did an incredible job. I don't know if you just saw me, but I was just on my phone like this, talking to one of my realtor friends, because that was an absolute amazing suggestion. And Lisa, great job. No one would know that you were nervous. I mean, you just spoke from your heart and you told us what you did that earned you this first spot. So great job. Okay, so let's talk about Philly MVP. We are going to hear now from somebody that is really special to me. I've known her for many years. She not only is a badass leader, she is one of those people that is available. She helps her team. And those of you that know that, you know that this woman is there when you need a hand, if you need help, if you need something. I mean, Justine Laser leads from the front. She is an incredible leader. And I want you all to know that, you know, Justine helps so many people, literally hundreds of people on her team build their business. But she is an amazing example of what it means to still build your own personal business, even while you have a lot of other things going on. You can still build a personal business and help your team. So, oh my gosh, Michelle Wester, I have to share that. You guys, we all joke on our team, Justine Laser, if we talked about 4 different color personalities, you all know what the color personalities of red is. Justine is the reddest red that you've ever seen. There is not a drip of another color in there. She is a straight up red solo cup. That is what we call her. We hashtag her red solo cup. So I want to welcome and introduce the Philadelphia first MVP, our Elite 1 Platinum 2 leader, Justine Laser. Take it, sister.
Thanks, Lisa. That was so sweet. And thank you, Michelle, for, I saw that pop up, the hashtag Red Solo Cup, and it made me laugh. So I get a little nervous too, guys. So, you know, it's always a little nerve-wracking when you're speaking in front of people, especially people who you respect as much as I respect all of you. And Lisa, you did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much for sharing from your heart. And Denise, awesome. I will be getting in touch with you. I cannot wait to try all of that. That's phenomenal. And I know Anita's not able to be on tonight, but a big congratulations to Anita for being a co-MVP. I couldn't ask for a better person to share that with. So I'm kind of all over the place. There's so much I'd love to share with you guys. I've also asked 2 of my teammates to hop on with me and help me out tonight. So I'm going to talk really fast. It's what I do anyway. And I'm just going to share a couple things with you. I have about 4 very different thoughts that I thought might resonate with some of you and might be what some of you need to hear. So thought number 1 is, listen, we've been doing this tracker for 1 week, okay? And you may have been super consistent doing this tracker. And you might say, I'm done with week 1 and I don't have that many points, or maybe I don't have any points at all yet. And like, what the heck? Like, what's going on? And why do these other people have all these points? And why did those MVPs have this or that? And listen, consistency is key here, okay? That's number 1. That is how this business works. I've been doing this industry for about 8 years, 9 years, and it is all about consistency. That's number 1. But number 2, you can't compare your day 1 to my year 8, all right? Like, you just can't. It's incomparable. You are on your own track, and you need to stay on your own track, and you need to be proud of what you're doing. So as long as you're doing that tracker and you're being honest with yourself, okay? Don't lie to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Are you filling out that tracker? Are you doing exactly what you committed to doing? And if you are, guys, it's all going to come together. The deal with the tracker is that you're going to see the fruit of what you're doing right now 90 days from now. Trust me on this. I've done enough of these. It really is true. So You might be comparing yourself to somebody who has you might have a full-time job, and you might be comparing yourself to somebody who's doing Modere full-time. You might have 3 kids and 5 dogs, and you might be comparing yourself to somebody who's single and lives by themselves. You might have a very small network right now, and you're comparing yourself to somebody who has a huge network. So comparison is just the killer of all dreams. So just stop that, stay in your lane, and continue to be consistent and honest with yourself on the tracker. So that was the first thing I wanted to touch on. The second thing I wanted to touch on is something that I love to talk about, and I'm going to have to keep it short, but I love to talk about Facebook. I love to talk about social media. It is how I built this particular business. Now, I've alluded to the fact that I've been in other businesses. I didn't build as much online with those 2 other businesses, but with Modere, I primarily have. And why has it worked for me? I think, again, it comes back to that word consistency. I am hyper consistent when it comes to posting on Facebook. And I do use Instagram. I've only ever gotten 1 customer from Instagram. But it doesn't hurt to just double post. If you're going to use the same information, it takes a second to put it in 2 different places. But what's important with Facebook is that you're creating your own brand. And when I say that, what I mean is that when somebody thinks of you, they should think of a couple of things that resonates with your name. So I would think when somebody thinks of me, I'm sure they think about Modere. That's number 1, Modere and weight loss. They probably also think about exercise. They think about dogs, my children, and then racing, because my son's a race car driver. So those are probably the things that pop into their mind. And one other thing, I do a lot of, my lives always are about more like personal development. So probably that type of a thing. And so if somebody thinks about me, they're probably thinking about those things. That's what pops into their mind. They probably actually kind of know me, or at least feel like they know me. And one of the things that I talk about with a lot of people on my team when they don't seem to be getting traction is, are you really letting people in? Okay, I want you to think about that. Like are you being real on Facebook? Is it really you that they're getting to know? Or is it this fake, perfect version of you that they're getting to know? Or do they know the real you? And that is so, so important. Now, with that being said, maybe if you are a more negative person, or maybe if you like to complain a lot, we don't need to hear that on Facebook. You can be too real too. We don't need to know it all, but you can show that maybe your house is messy, or you can say my kids aren't perfect, that type of thing. But you don't want to put every single problem that you have. You don't want to put every single negative thing that happens in your life on Facebook. It is important to be positive. I'm just going to tell you what I do, and it has worked very, very well for me. And I know that there's a lot of controversy with attraction marketing versus actually putting some products up there. I'm just going to tell you what I do, and it has worked. I post about 3 to 4 times a day, and I almost always have a product post. I don't hide labels. I don't do a lot of curiosity with it anymore, because everybody knows what I'm doing by this point. It's been a year. It's not a secret anymore for me. I think when you first start, I think that curiosity is really huge. But for me, everybody knows what I'm doing by now. So I can hide a label, but everybody knows what it is. So I do 1 product post a day, and then I do 3 to 4 others. I almost always do a quote. I almost always do either a picture of my dogs or a picture of my kids or a selfie. People love selfies, by the way. I know we don't like selfies. Everybody wants to see your face. It's just that simple. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? I don't know why they want to see our faces, but they do. And then, I don't know, just something else that's random. I mean, honestly, I don't really think about it before I do it. I'll just say, oh, okay, it's about time to post. Here's another thing. Space them out throughout the day. Don't do 5 in the morning, between 6 a.m. and 11 a.m. Space them out. So I'll do, if I'm up early, I'll do 7 a.m. I'm not up early, so it's usually 9 a.m. Noon, 4 or 5, and then again around between 8 and 10. And I do that almost every single day. I take off on Christmas. I take off on Easter, maybe Thanksgiving. That's about it. I am super, super, super consistent. It just doesn't stop. When you're posting, look at it through a business lens. Would you want to join your business if you saw somebody posting what you post? I'm not saying it has to be all business-like, but it has to be something that has some integrity to it, something that is tasteful. It's grammatically correct. It's spelled correctly. Like, do you want to join a business with somebody who has bad grammar? I don't know. But think about what you're posting, okay? Think about that. Look at it through the lens of your business. All right, next one, Facebook Live. I know most of you don't even want to hear it, right? Like, you're like, I'm not doing Facebook Live. All right, I'm going to tell you a story. I've done 2 businesses before this. My family, not my husband and children, but my parents, my in-laws, my brother, they all hated my other businesses. And when I say hate, I mean I couldn't even speak the names of the companies. They never bought a thing. Every single post that I did for those other companies, I blocked my family from. When I did lives, I blocked my family from them. Now, for some reason, or for every reason, my family loves Modere, and I'm allowed to speak the name. It's totally awesome. And it's been very freeing, and they actually buy things now. But I stopped. Even when I first started with this company, I still blocked them from my lives. I was too embarrassed. And about, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, I was just like, you know what? Screw that. I'm done blocking people. I am going all in, and I am public with everything I do. And my mom actually said to me the other day, she goes, Justine, you're such a good public speaker, and that made me feel so good. But she watches all my lives. So I don't know if she agrees with what I'm doing, but you know what? She's not paying my bills. So I don't care. I'm going live. And I'm going to tell you, when you go live, you got to do it. You got to do it, guys. Like, get over yourself. You are more scared of that than when you're done, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, my armpits are wet. Are there any guys here? Under my boobs are wet. Like, the whole thing, you're going to be sweating. It's going to be bad. But you know what? You're going to be done. And then you're going to be proud that you actually did it. And the next time's going to be easier, and then easier, and then easier, and then easier. And then after a while, you're going to be like me. I'm going live right after this. And guess what? I don't even know what I'm talking about. All I know is the word that keeps coming in my head is time. I'm going to talk about time, and I don't even know what I'm going to say about time, except that my time's almost up, so I have to keep going. So when you do your Facebook Live, don't ramble. Have some notes. It's okay to have notes. It's fine to have notes. And keep it, if you can, between 5 and 8 minutes. I think that's more than enough. If you can keep it under 5, that's even better. Do them 2 to 3 times a week, I think. I think 2 to 3 times a week is really, really good, especially to start. Keep the topics near and dear to your heart. Like, don't try and do what I do. Don't try and do what Justin Prince does. Do what you do. If you knit, gosh darn, go on there with your yarn and your knitting needles and show us how to knit something. If you like to cook, do that. If you're into exercise, do that. If you're an incredible mother, give some mommy tips. Like, do what comes natural to you. Don't try to be somebody else. People are going to see right through that, right through it. Don't look like a deer in the headlights when you're doing it. Like, I don't know if you need to do a shot beforehand or something, but like, make yourself like look like you're not terrified, okay? Like, you want to look somewhat comfortable because we can see that. Like, we can totally see that. Be natural. Do not talk in a monotone voice, okay? No, none of this. No monotone voice. No. You have to have intonation. You have to sound excited. You have to make people want to be drawn into you. You want them to be like, wow, what is she going to say next? Or what is he going to say next? And like, be expressive. You want that. People want to see that. They don't want to be bored out of their minds. There's a zillion things that they could listen to. And if they choose to listen to you, give them something good to listen to, even if it's only 2 minutes worth. Make it conversational. Go back and forth. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be like, if you see Dina on there, be like, hey, Dina girl, what's up? Like, and then have a conversation with Dina. But make it as conversational, not like reading your notes. Like, I have notes right now, but you probably don't think I'm reading them, even though I am. Make it as interactive as you can. Drop the emojis, what do you guys think? And then have them write the comments. That's that. And then, I can't read my handwriting. Oh, last topic. Guys, there's still something to be said for face-to-face, okay? We build online. Like, that's what we do here. But if you're not getting the traction that you want, number one, do you have enough Facebook friends? And if you don't, you better be adding them. Like, you can't have too many. Well, you can. You can only have 5,000 friends. Our goal should all be to get to 5,000 friends. I know I've been working on that for a long, long time. It takes a while. But in the meantime, there's a billion people out in the world. Go find them. Do you have business cards? Do you have catalogs? Like, you should be talking to people. And if you're like, well, I don't know where to find people, go join a group. Meetup.com, find it. Go to Master Networks. There's Master Networks, networking groups all over the country. I go to one. It's phenomenal. I do it every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. There are networking groups everywhere. I'm not a fan of BNI, but if you like that, go for it. But there are places to meet people. If you go to church, join a Bible study. There are all sorts of places where you can meet new humans. There's millions, billions of them. Go find them, give them a card, give them a catalog, talk to them, build a relationship. And then when they say to you, how did you lose all that weight? Or boy, you have great skin, or wow, your hair's thick, or whatever it is, you have an opening. Okay? Don't just think that you can build this online. Some people can, but you know what? If it's not going the way you want it to, change it up. Change it up. There's so many different ways. And if you don't know what to do, reach out to your leaders. We can help you. We can guide you. We can give you advice. We can send you information on some other groups that you can join. But this is the time, guys. This 90-day run, this is it. Like, let's go freaking do it, because this is so exciting. And with that, I am done. Do I introduce my two people? Okay, so I'm going to introduce my next person that I'm so excited that she's here. Her name is, first I'm going to say, she is a 20-year-old senior team leader, Platinum 1. And she is phenomenal. And she is on my daughter Allison's team. And I just have to actually shout out Allison, who it's, I think, 2 or 3 a.m. in Spain, and she's on this Zoom, so kudos to you. But Raina Moss is incredible. She's an incredible speaker. She's an incredible leader. She's an incredible customer getter. And she's going to talk to us about Facebook stories, because I don't know anything about them, and we need to learn.
And she's so skinny.
And
oh, yeah. Yeah, I actually, I just did the math today, and I've lost 50 pounds. I was like, whoa. I never did the math before that. I was just like, oh, this is a number. But then I actually did the subtraction, and I got 50. But anyway, so I'm going to talk today about those 24-hour social media stories. So you can post something on Facebook or Instagram, and it stays there for 24 hours, and then it's gone. And these originated with Snapchat about 5 years ago when Snapchat was released. But just last year, the year before actually, August 2016, Instagram stories were launched. And since then, last year, they hit 250 million users. And then Facebook stories were launched this past year in March 2017, and they are like 100 million now. I can't read my handwriting. I think it's 100 million. But these are very underutilized. They, it's going to grow like Snapchat. It's going to be huge. And we need to utilize them all. It offers a platform for original content. So it's nothing like, there's no ads in Facebook stories. There's no content that you didn't put there. It's all original. And that's what they're trying to get you to do. They're trying to get you to post videos and photos following your daily life and following just your story that's vulnerable and authentic. And let's see. One of the big things that Facebook just launched was the algorithms with your Facebook story. And it boosts your algorithms on the original feed. So more people will see your posts too if you're using videos and photos in your Facebook story. But let's talk content. What do you want to do on these stories? I post a lot of selfies. People love selfies. I've never understood this. I take a selfie and I'm like, ugh. But then I post it and everyone loves them. And then they reply to that selfie that's on my story and it goes straight to my messages and we can start a conversation. I post my breakfast with my burn in it, with me holding my burn. And somebody's like, what are those? I want to know what those are. And that they can reply directly from that story and it goes straight to my messages. And then I have a conversation to start so that I can sell them burn. So I know stories are a very new thing. A lot of people don't understand them, but they're right in the top of your Facebook screen. You press the ad or you swipe to the right on your phone and you can take as many post in as much to your story as you want every day. You don't want to post too much, but you can post a lot. So, what's another thing? They just made an update where you can actually have Insta polls. So on Instagram, you can run polls. So you can ask a question and say like yes or no, or change the answers to be numbers. Or today I changed mine. I asked, is anybody interested in weight loss information? Yes or maybe. I didn't want to say no. And as soon as they reply, I went and messaged them, and that was another outlet for me to get a conversation started with someone who not necessarily would reach out to me to talk about weight loss. And I'm about to close another M3 that I just did that way on Instagram. The rumor is that the polls will be coming to Facebook soon as well because they're owned by the same person. But so to wrap that up, because I don't want to make this too long, Facebook stories, we need to utilize them. They're underutilized. They will boost our algorithms. We want to be original, authentic, and vulnerable on our stories. We want to show our life, and we want to just get interaction from people and start those conversations from our stories. And next, that's it.
Thanks, Raina. Thank you. That was awesome. That was awesome. I love those polls, and I definitely want to try to do that. And that girl right there, Raina, is going to be going D1 at the end of this run. No doubt. She is a force to be reckoned with. So last, I want to introduce somebody who has become very, very important to me. She's a wonderful, wonderful mama of two little ones. One is just still a newborn baby that she had in the fall. And she is a phenomenal, phenomenal leader. She works tirelessly with her team. And I'm excited for her to talk to us a little bit about Facebook algorithms. And I am referring to none other than D2P1, Kara Suchi. Take it away, Kara.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Good. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to share some tips tonight about Facebook algorithms. So there's a lot of confusing stuff and tons of misinformation out there, but there are some really good sources. Facebook actually started a blog themselves. If you Google search Facebook blog algorithms, you'll be able to find it. And there's a lot of good updates on there, but I'm going to give you a lot of the content that they shared on there. So basically, Facebook's main goal is that they want original content. They want unique content. So they don't want the same meme shared over and over again, the same video shared over and over again. They want you, your personality, your life to be shown on Facebook. So in saying that, I know a lot of us in the past have done the copy and paste of posts, and I know it's really difficult to come up with new content all the time. But the copy and pasting really has to stop as far as just a straight copy and paste. So if you find inspiration in someone's post, take it and put it in the note in your phone, change it up a bit, add some emojis, put your own spin on it, and then maybe use it 2 or 3 days later. Save it as a note and use it 2 or 3 days later. If everyone is copying and pasting the same post the same day or even the next day, what happens is Facebook not only downgrades you, the copier, but also the original poster because it views it as spam. They have, these programs in place that are flagging all kinds of different spam, and that's the biggest offender. In saying that, also with photos, if you hear my baby in the background, he's crying. This is his really cranky time of the night. But so photos. So if somebody uses a great transformation photo that you love, what you want to do is save it to your phone and then go into an app. I use one called Pic Collage, but there's tons of free ones on the App Store, and change it up a bit. Put it into a collage, maybe put some wording on it like, 90-day transformation or the person's weight, how much they lost, something like this, a sticker, and then use that updated photo. Because if you use the same photo again, Facebook uses this facial recognition software and it finds these photos that are being posted over and over again. And again, your post is not being seen by, a very large percentage of people. So the original percentage is only about 7% anyway, 7% of your audience. So if you are, doing any of these Facebook faux pas, you're seeing even less. So it could be 1%. So if you don't have a huge audience, that could only be a handful of people, which is, really hard to build a business if only 5 people are seeing your post. So the other things that the bots look out for, the bots are the ones that are, checking for this spammy nature. Links, they don't want hyperlinks. If you find the need, you have to post your link. do it in a comment below. Don't do it in the body of the text, the post, because if you do, you could also put it on your picture. You could put your code on the picture if you want to. I'm part of the crowd that doesn't post my link. I only send my link through Messenger, but if you want to send your link, that's fine, or post your link, that's fine. Just don't do it in the body. And then the next big thing that they're really big on is this clickbaiting or like baiting. So a lot of us do this. I did it in the beginning. I was guilty of it until I, read all these updates on the algorithms, where you're asking for likes or comments in your post. So, I see a lot of us will say, if you want more information, drop me a smiley face below. Or if you want more information, say I'm in. Any of that stuff where you're trying to force engagement, Facebook is not happy with that. They don't want it. They call it clickbaiting, and they're not happy with it. So the other thing along with that that you want to stay away from is any kind of spammy wording. And I'm sure that you can all imagine what spammy wording is, but Facebook goes as far to say in this blog that they don't want something that would sound like an infomercial, for example. So don't start your post with, wow, check out this transformation. Anything like that, they flag. So you just want to be more genuine. So for example, if it's a transformation that you love, read the message that the person wrote and use that, some genuine information from the original poster, like say, look at Lisa, she lost 25 pounds, 15 inches in 90 days on our, clean living weight loss system or whatever, put it in your own words, something like that. It's not this catchy, phrase that they don't want. Justine already touched on being consistent, and that's really important. Again, Facebook will knock you if you are only posting like once a week or 3 times a week, and then you have really high engagement and it's not consistent with the rest of your engagement. They think that there's something wrong because you haven't had any engagement for 4 days, and now all of a sudden you have 65 likes on a photo of your dog or whatever it is. So, so that consistency, so that they see that you're an active user all the time, is really important for you not to get downgraded. And then I'm just seeing what I have here. So I'm sorry. Facebook Lives, Justine touched on that as well. And a fun fact about Facebook Lives, which I will be starting, I've already promised, and I'm saying it here now that everyone can hold me to it. But they garner 3 times the engagement and over 1,200% more shares than pictures or text on Facebook. So they are the key. But like Justine said, we have to offer some kind of content. Don't just go live and show pictures of your kids running aimlessly around the yard or something like this. But, do whatever you do. Show yourself making a quick, healthy 30-minute meal or whatever it is. But, offer genuine content in your Facebook Lives. And that's what Facebook is moving towards. They're saying that, within the next however many years, 90% of Facebook is going to be videos and pictures and less words. There's really not going to be any of this updated status. So we kind of all have to get in that mode of doing lives. And the other stuff is, just about staying consistent on Facebook with interaction. So again, going through, commenting on other people's stuff. Don't just go through and leave genuine comments. And then when you do a live or have a post and people come on and comment, you don't want to go through and like them all one like this, because again, it views you as a robot, that you're just going on and liking everything. So what I do now, I've changed it up a bit. I'll go on and I'll like 3 comments. And then an hour later, I'll go back and leave a response to 2 or 3 comments, and then 2 or 3 hours later. And actually that does a lot to boost that same post up for several days. So I don't have to be hitting people with the same information over and over again, because one really good post can kind of carry me through 2 or 3 days. Now, it doesn't mean I don't post at all for the rest of that time, but my other content is about my life, my kids, some kind of inspirational thing or uplifting, kind of post. But again, I don't have to hit them over the head with Modere, constantly over and over again. And then I'll leave you with this. The last thing that, 2 things, I'm sorry. So the random friend requests, that's another thing they're really cracking down on. You don't want to send random friend requests to people that you don't know, because if you do and they deny your friend request, Facebook pops up a little thing that says, do you know this person? So they're going to click no because they don't know you. And when you do that, it marks you as a spammer, that you're sending out these mass requests to everyone. And that's one easy way to get put in Facebook jail, or at least get your post downgraded. And then the last thing that I will leave you on is Facebook wants to know us really well. So in all this, being authentic, sharing tidbits of our life, that whole thing, the other thing you want to do is go on and complete your profile. Because if there's pieces of your Facebook profile that are missing, Facebook will downgrade you for that. So they want to know things like, where you went to school, where you live, and you don't have to, get really technical. I think mine says Philadelphia, which I live in a suburb of Philadelphia in New Jersey, but you can say the closest big city. And they want to know your hobbies. They want to know things like that. They probably sell the information to somebody, to get ad space or whatever. But anyway, that's one way that they want to know that you're a real person and not a robot. And if somebody ever reports you as a spammer, that's one of the things that they go in and look at to see if you have a complete profile. If you don't, they can just delete your profile and kick you off. So there is so much more, but I don't want to overwhelm you. So, I'm going to leave you with that for now. And, hopefully we can retouch or, get back to this in the future. But if anybody has any questions, feel free to message me. My name is Kara Succi, and you can find me in the chat, and feel free to message me if you have any other questions.
Holy moly. Dang. Okay. Way to go, guys. Oh my gosh. This was incredible. You guys you beyond surpassed the expectations for the very first, wow. See how much we have right here under our nose. So congratulations. And I'm going to stop this recording now. So I'm going to say goodbye, but don't hang up yet.